What's up, folks? Casual Dad here, and I had a really interesting weekend after a snow week where my kids were home nonstop and we all got sick, and it was a thing. Had kind of a slow reset, but then not too long ago, Shinto Bean, another YouTuber, reached out and asked me if I'd heard about the StarCraft mini set for Hearthstone, which I hadn't. I hadn't read anything about it. And I really don't play much Hearthstone these days, but I used to play it a lot, and mechanically, I really enjoy the game because it's one of the few games out there that has a really big player base and mechanically is on par with Magic, which I play in real space. So it's always a really interesting time to play, and I really like trying out mechanics once in a while. It's hard to play a lot and really does kind of want you to play a lot, but I had to come back for a StarCraft mini set, and we actually tried our hand at live streaming for the first time, both of us, which was fun. Yeah, so we had this whole deal where we're gonna get together, play some games of Hearthstone, and try out the new stuff for all the different factions. The three StarCraft factions being Zerg, Terran, and Protoss, for those that don't know. And it was cool, and I really enjoyed it. And then we checked the stream quality later, and my audio didn't come through. It was super, super slow and choppy. Like I think we had one view. And then to try it out, we tried having me live stream, and I live streamed a game of Here's the Storm, which is a great time. I played Nazebo, and think I did all right. And then Shinto Bean played Blaze and got MVP, hands down. Had a great time, and we easily won the game. Yeah, it was a fun time. But then we looked back at the stream, and it was a stuttering, horrible mess. So we're probably not going to do the live stream again for a while until one or both of us get a pretty significant hardware and netware upgrade. We'll get to that. But we had so much fun recording the content. I wanted to make sure that I jumped in and at least talked about these decks a little bit. And I'm gonna play them in a second. I'm not going to talk too much. And you see things like this right here. Excuse me, don't play that much. So this is Baneling Barrage for the StarCraft 2 Bane, or this, yeah, StarCraft 2 Baneling. Um, and this really, I love how they designed this card. This is an especially good one because it's one cost, sure, but then it gives you a free one cost minion, and that minion has, when it dies, it deals its attack value to all enemy minions. But there's a bunch of multi-layered synergy here, where if you have any hand buff, this thing really goes off the rails. And if you have any Zerg on the board, you get two Banelings for the cost of one, which is just an insane combo. And I really appreciated this. One downside of this set is that there are a lot of shared cards that are split between all the individual factions, and there aren't that many that are unique to each individual faction or each individual warlord that has them. So let's see here. And I believe, looking for better coverage of this, because I've got the teaser articles pulled up. One challenge that I didn't really like about this is it's built into the, let's see. Can't even see the fit. It's been a minute, and I've played on mobile mostly. If you filter your collection and are trying to find the individual, man, where is it? Well, anyway, I'll just play some. If you're trying to filter to find the new StarCraft cards, you can't find them. You can only find cards in that individual expansion that they're in, which is the most recent space expansion. So I'm going to go ahead and play one just to show it off a bit. It's part of the Great Dark Beyond. So it is the Great Dark Beyond mini set, but it's in the Great Dark Beyond set. So it's in a full set that's really Draenei themed, and a lot of it is very much like Draenei from Warcraft, World of Warcraft. So you feel that theme in the set, and some of it is also translatable to StarCraft. And then you have your StarCraft specific cards, but there's no filter to look just for the StarCraft cards. I'll go ahead and keep that. And the cards are so cool and thematic, and I didn't want to miss any. So I immediately sat down. I have a ton of dust saved over because I always dust my wild set cards, and I have a lot going back. So I crafted the whole set, and then I was just looking at these, and I was like, I don't understand these mechanics, but they're really cool. And this mechanic in particular, the Starship one, took me several games to really figure out. And good, end turn. Yeah, it's cool. We're going to see it in play here. So there's Terran, Protoss, and Zerg. Terran is slow and strange. It's a combination of card draw and making your stuff cheaper, but mostly it's built around that Starship mechanic, which again is weird. So you play things that then, after they die, turn into a starship. They're starship pieces, and then the more of them that die, the more powerful your starship becomes if you have one sleeping. And it's just interesting. But Yeah, being able to filter by the individual set would be really cool, the mini set, so I could see just the Protoss, just the Terran, just the Zerg cards. And each faction is assigned to one of the 11 warlords in Hearthstone. So right now I'm playing Shaman, and Shaman has Terran cards, and a lot of these are shared over. Ooh, Shibas. Well, that seems bad. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and pop this guy there and scare him a bit. And then we're going to go ahead and do that, which is a phenomenal card. But yeah, like it's so cool to see just the little Hearthstone cartoony artwork in the StarCraft. Like to see this cartoonish stuff of the StarCraft stuff is really enjoyable. The mechanics are fun, and some of the decks are actually pretty scary. Like I've been laddering with one of them, and I'll show in a minute here. I wanted to demonstrate just one, and one of the ones that's passable but strange. And that pretty thoroughly sums up this particular deck. This one's okay. Let's see, and that's not going to save him, so I don't know why it did that, but we'll just do this. And then you can do that. And then you can do that. And then I have a frog. And then we have our starship. And so this right here, you click on it and it has a cost to launch that on your turn, you can go ahead and click on it to, ooh, that's a starship too. Yeah, and like that's one where it's a Draenei card, but it could easily be themed over into StarCraft. Like it looks close enough, like a Tal'Darim or something, that you could mistake it for a StarCraft card. So I put a lot of those in here. Ooh, nice. That was timely.
Ghost reporting.
It's probably a good time for this. Whoa, and we got Grunty the Murloc, who's one of the neutral cards. I don't think he's good. I really don't think he's good for 8, but some of the Murlocs you can summon are incredibly scary. You play him, and then he summons 4 random Murlocs that you can then choose to attack individual enemy targets. That's a lot of fun. So yeah, just to backtrack a little bit, what I'm going to go ahead and do here, I'm going to play one of each of the individual factions so you can kind of see them, and then I'll also show off a couple of the cards you're not going to see. Man, just murdered my ghost. And then we'll draw 2 Terran cards, and we'll summon a starship piece. And then here I'm at the point where I could summon my starship for free, which would then trigger my tank, but I've got another starship piece, and I've got another one coming, so I'm going to hold on to it, and hopefully just not die. And that's one of the downsides of this set, particularly the Protoss and the Terran. They're a little bit slower, especially Protoss relies really heavily on card draw because some of the stuff is really expensive. It's half cards let you draw it and make it cheaper, and then half cards that you have to wait until you can actually play them. Like the carrier costs 12 points that we're definitely going to see. This is another case where... Ooh, this is another card where you could make the argument that that looks very much like a StarCraft card. It's a little Protossy. Gross. Just killing all my starship stuff to make all my starship stuff better. Alright, that's fine. Totally down with that. And this is a good time to go ahead and play this. And only a 5. He's got a sharp starship summoning now. Let's go ahead and do this. This death rattle. Ooh, okay. So that will survive. Kill that, and then we'll play one of these. Uh-oh. And whatever ability the starship piece had, the starship piece when it dies gives the ability that it had to the starship, which can be just completely insane. Yeah, there's some crazy stuff. So I'm building this up, and then the more times I've used it, you get some additional effects. Like this will be incredibly scary if I get it transformed into the siege mode siege tank, which is just so much fun. It just reminds me of StarCraft while I'm playing Hearthstone. So it's a much lower mental investment into Hearthstone, but it feels very StarCrafty at the same time, so it's good. But yeah, Protoss and Terran are slow, which is kind of strange, but it makes sense, sort of, because Protoss are techie and take a while to build up, and Terran are very turtley. Ooh. I needed that. for my my storm. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to launch this, so you can see what it does. Kill a bunch of stuff. Hopefully not that. And then we're going to play that, because it is now transformed. And that thing was random. And then we're going to go to that. And then we'll hope that wasn't a horrible, horrible move. But yeah, so we got our starship. Divine Shield. Summon me some taunt minions. Ooh, nasty. Okay. And then he summons the ship, probably. Or he's going to try to clear that Divine Shield before summoning this. Yeah, okay, so those are the effects that the starship piece has. But yeah, it's a cool set. I don't know how competitive it is, and it is interesting to see. So I went into this, I built my 11 decks, one for every single warlord. Class, every single class. And then my rule was I wanted to use as many of the cards that were from the thematic set as possible. So like I wanted to go all the Terran cards, all the Protoss cards, all the Zerg cards. With the intention of just having the most StarCraft thematic deck possible, which is fun. It's been really fun. I was gonna try to kill my battlecruiser. Don't do it. Okay, no taunt. Let's see what he's got going on here. If that just straight up kills it, I'll be so sad. What was that? All right. Yuck. All right, I guess it's time to grunty. We'll just see it. These are not very good. Let's see if we can take out this starship. I think we have enough to take it out. Not quite. That's right. I don't think he's got enough for lethal on me. I really might, depending on what's in that hand. Yeah, so this is one of the decks. I like this one best. Oh, okay, not if he does that. I enjoyed this one best as the Terran one. The other one is the Warrior that has... It's much more turtley. It's more built on like hiding behind your armor until your starships get ramped up. But you really are dependent on card draw. It's a really slow combo. It's very cool and thematic and fun, but I don't think it's very competitive. Now, of the three, I do think that Terran is the weakest. I think Protoss is kind of in the middle with some really, really powerful upside. And then Zerg is legit scary. Like, it is nuts what Zerg can pull off. And wow, that was a poor choice. These two may save me. Oh, nope, that was a bummer. Well, okay, I didn't read the card text enough. It's been a while since I played. There's a lot of stuff I missed out on. So that was Terran. We're going to go ahead and look at Protoss, and then I'm going to end with Zerg. Because my Zerg deck, I think, is legit frightening. So we're going to go ahead and look at the individual decks I built real quick. I'm not going to look at the Zerg ones. And again, I just mentioned this is all about the... it's the StarCraft cards, so the Terran ones, but then also mixed with the Starship pieces. I just filtered for Starship pieces. The ones that look like they could be from StarCraft. And this is clearly a Draenei one. It's the whatever spirity thing that created the Draenei. But then you got your SCVs in here, got some of your classic class spells, and then stuff like this feels very thematic to StarCraft. So it was pretty cool how much stuff was in here outside of the mini set. So on the one hand, I understand why they didn't let you search just for the mini set. On the other hand, I would have liked it if this entire set was StarCraft. There was plenty to work with here, but whatever, I can't complain because it's cool. There's a lot of stuff. And like this thing felt very much StarCrafty, even if it is kind of Protoss. Yeah, so there's that one. And I'm going to go ahead and look at my Protoss ones real quick to see which one I want to bring. Now, this is an interesting one because it's got the mothership. Priest is pretty crazy because it's got the mothership, and I believe it has the... No, it's got the mothership because there are some of the things that are unique. Each of the classes does also have the iconic hero. You've got Artanis, Raynor, and Kerrigan as the three. And they change your hero power. They're really, really strong. Like that, summon 2 Zealots with charge, and then all of your Protoss get cheaper for the game, which combos into everything. Like your Void Ray in here is a scary piece. Um, Sentry. And that there's a bunch of stuff in Priest that makes the things cheaper. It has to because your mothership costs 12. Um, but yeah, most of the things for Protoss are things like the Warp Gate, the Chrono Boost, the spells that make your stuff cheaper or give you a copy. Oh god, yeah. Priest is an interesting play, so we could go and look in that one. But let's also look at the Druid. I did feel like the Druid was probably the best of the Protoss ones when I first built it. So I construct additional pylons is fun. Um, Most of the reduced cost of your Protoss cards are permanent, or they don't wear off. Like this one, where is it? This one. Your next Protoss minion costs 3 less. Doesn't matter how long it takes you to cast one. So you can play other minions, you can wait until you draw something. It's your next Protoss minion. And these are a new mechanic for me, the location, where it's a spot that has a durability. So you trigger it, it goes dormant, and then it comes back a little bit later. And you can actually trigger its ability again. And that's pretty cool. And there's some cards that play into that. So these guys, I love the idea of this one. Their crystal cluster is, yeah. So if later in the game you play this, the better you get. But like using your minerals for defense, I chuckled when I saw this. It's not a StarCraft card, but it really can be. So I really enjoyed throwing that one in there. Then you got, of course, your Immortal. I don't know what it's fighting. I guess that's a Fire Bat. Um, Maybe a Marine. Taunt, Divine Shield. Yeah. I mean, wow. So if you have reduce the cost of this enough that you have 4 mana more than its cost, you can make it a 10/16 with Taunt and Divine Shield. Like, it's pretty crazy what Druid can pull out, and it's very beefy Druidy. So I'll probably play this one just to see it, but the other honorable mention I want to go ahead and show is Mage, because Mage is a lot of fun. And now Mage is a lot of card draw, and I made this very much about stalling. So I've got some extra armor. The Arcane Artificer in here to give me the extra armor. Babbling Book just for a 1-drop. That one just to copy my Protoss spells. And then things like the Proton Cannon, that is really, really good. I've been loving that piece. Got Primordial Glyph because it could be StarCraft. Shield Battery. There you go. So that gains 6 armor. So the Turtley Mage is really good. Mage is so much card draw. Naturally, it's nice to like get your stuff out there and usually have the stuff you want. You got that in there. Love it. And then, of course, you've got Artanis here again, but the Mage has the Colossus, which usually that ends up being, by the time I get the Colossus out, it's 10 damage twice. So this card gets insane, especially on top of the amount of cost reduction cards you've got in here. But it's slow, and most of the time I've gotten a chance to play this, it's already been too late to save the game. But I could see how it could work. Just a matter of tuning it up to get it right. And I really enjoyed this card. Feels very appropriate to StarCraft. It's just sort of space in general, but you know. And the random fire spells you get probably aren't, but still, it kind of. Most of these I'm still working on, so I am going to go ahead and play that Druid one, and then I'll save the best for last. Yeah, it was really cool, and I had such a fun time stress testing and playing these around with Shinto Bean. I'm really sad that we didn't get that recording out. So next time I think we'll just record and then post them in some partner way later, rather than do the live part, which is a shame. I'd really like to get into live streaming at some point. We'll get there. Worthy opponent. And it's nice. One season ever, I did play enough Hearthstone to get to Legend. Legend? I don't know if it was Legend. It was, I think it was. But it's been so long, I don't really remember. I'm going to keep this guy just because I want to see it. I want to play it. And I really like the cards that let you copy stuff from your deck, because this will let you copy other Protoss spells. So even though that one's out of theme, it lets me do more in-theme stuff. And most of these, oh god, that was an awful draw. Most of these do include a little bit of extra synergy here. So they usually have a starship even if they're not starship themed. What is that? Man, it's been a while. I don't recognize anything. Oh boy, so I got the carrier. Let's see if I can ever actually play it. Ooh. That will help.
Job's done.
It's going to be a while before I can cast it, though. And again, Protoss is slow. Not probably as slow as Terran. Terran does stuff earlier. Protoss does stuff bigger, but it does take longer. So I did find that Warrior has been a really effective Terran after I've really leaned into the armor synergy, but I've had to take out some of the StarCraft cards to do it, and that wasn't really the theme I was hoping for. So I'm really liking the ones that are powerful and thematic, and for that I think Druid is probably better. But I'd love to hear what other players are doing with this if they want to go and see it. Oh my god, that's so many minions. What is going on? I need some area effect here. That'll work, but I still need a turn to do that. That will help a lot. Yeah, see, that's a really strong card right there. Especially with the mana reduction abilities that you get. How did they see? Oh, it's just, yeah, okay. Is he actually going to sacrifice that thing to kill it and give me a starship? Really? I guess. Oh, I feel like this may have frozen. May have frozen. One of the reasons that I don't play Hearthstone as much as I did is I have all kinds of trouble with the servers. I get disconnects, I get logouts, I get real slowdowns. I do occasionally hop on and just play some Battlegrounds, but it's inconsistent. Ooh. Oh man, do I do yet? I can't because he's got Shroud, or Elusive. Wait a minute. I thought I was supposed to summon 2 Zealots. Oh man, no. There we go. Yeah, and this is one I put in here. I mean, it's kind of appropriate to StarCraft. Why not? You can have a StarCraft fanboy. I'll throw that in there. But you can kind of quickly see how the cost reduction ramps. I haven't actually played any cost reduction cards yet, but this one did sort of stack that, so it let me play some stuff earlier that will potentially reduce my mana costs. Oh, wow. Okay, so that's crazy. Oh, what can we do here? So, if it kills a minion, we'll kill a minion with it. And then your next Protoss card costs 2 less. That makes this cost 0. And then we're going to go ahead and play this. And I will trigger that so that my next Protoss card is much cheaper. This thing is a nuts card. So with all the cost reduction, having Rush and Divine Shield on that stat line is pretty great. And especially if it's free, which you're like, oh, I'm never going to get that. And then, yes, it's free. Yeah, and you can see I will be able to play my Immortal. I need 8. No, I need 7. So it would be 2 turns of this or other cost reductions before I get that off. And now this Crystal Cluster is really good because if I play it early, I can go ahead and ramp up really fast. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. This feels like a good moment. So then I'm basically mana ramped, which is one of the reasons why I think that Druid is the best Protoss faction, because they ramp up to that high mana like immediately. And now I could play this very, very quickly. And the carrier is crazy. I hope that this looks good, but hopefully I do get a chance to actually play it. And especially if I can do it with the Warp Gate too, because I think this will unlock next turn. 5 armor. Oh yeah, plus 5 attack and 3 armor. Wow. I do really like to see Hero Power Druid. I don't think I've seen that. I don't think that was present in some of the sets that I was, or most of the sets that I was most recently seeing. You got a cat. You got another cat. Not to that, okay. And we're going to go ahead and play. See, I've got these triggered. And I'm low enough, I want to go ahead and do that. And then what's extra crazy, I can go ahead and fanboy. It's 2 health and lifesteal. Bring it on, Druid. And then that stacks. So it's just my next Protoss minion, not my next one I play now. I want to get rid of that. And I get a Starship. So you can see how the Druid ramp with Protoss gets really, really scary. But still, my win rate's not great, so I still expect to somehow lose this. That's the first time I've actually pulled off the Immortal with the double stats thing, because I read it. A lot of this, it's so new. I haven't been playing this enough that I fully understand it yet. So, man, yeah, that's woof. But this will chew through it pretty quickly if he doesn't deal with it. And that also is not technically a StarCraft-themed card, but it really looks like it is. Anyway, yes. Hopefully this is fun. Hopefully you're enjoying the set. And again, I'm curious to see what other people are doing. It does seem like a lot of players are sprinkling it into their current decks, but I'm not seeing any other decks built around it. Which I get, but at the same time, like, it's pretty cool. Yeah. Probably going to surrender if I do that. But I don't think I'm going to get a chance to play this. So just go for it, yeah. And I got it, assuming there's space for one interceptor, yeah. And that'll do up to 4. Like, if you have an empty board with a carrier, it's crazy. And if those don't die, they stay on the board. So they actually have to be destroyed to clear. So that was Druid. Oh, and I love that card back. That feels very much like a StarCraft card back. And of course, this stuff came out at the end of January. It's been a month, so there's a good chance most people who care about this have seen it, but just in case. Okay, so again, I saved the best for last. You've seen Terran, you've seen some Protoss. I don't want to play all of them. I kind of wish I could because there's a lot of cool stuff, but we're going to stick with that. We're going to do Death Knight. Now, Death Knight and Warlock Zerg. Death Knight and Warlock already want cheap chaff minions, and the Zerg cards are beautiful for that. There's synergy within Zerg, there's synergy within Death Knight and Warlock to get your card draw, to get your hand buff, which we'll see in a minute. And that just combos so well. So like the Zerg Death Knight, I think is a legitimately gnarly deck right now, and I haven't seen anyone else playing it. So hopefully this, maybe this will convince folks. Let's see, yeah. We don't need the duplicates. Let's go ahead and get some stuff in here. And now I went all in on Blood Runes. You probably saw that when I was doing the preview. With Death Knight, it's weird. You have to meet like a certain spend in a certain subcategory if people haven't seen this before. So I went all in on Blood. And we got Kerrigan herself. Hopefully we get to play her. We'll see. Against a warrior, we probably will have time. I always want to do greetings, but I really don't like the Death Knight's greeting. I give you permission to speak. Not a jerk. Now, I've talked this up so much, and I got an atrocious draw, so I really hope that this is going to perform. Circling, that helps. That helps a lot. And that card is beautiful to go ahead and build up my corpses, because a lot of the stuff I want to do here gives me corpses, or requires corpses. So like this guy, to discover a Blood Rune card, requires a corpse. That will spend 3 corpses to give something reborn, which that's going to come up. But yeah, so the combination of Reborn and the corpse synergy that Death Knight has is so magnificent with Zerg, and I hope that this goes off so you guys can see it. We'll see. A comment in the Heroes of the Storm live stream. We had a really good time playing it. Oh, and that shout out is I want to say the Shintopian said this is his favorite card. It's one that's in all of his decks, which I got a kick out of that. We're gonna go with that. Yeah, we are. Give me some corpses, brah. And this one, yeah, Gorgon Zormu, the Cheese Dragon. Cheese Dream Dragon. But this thing, like, it does the same thing, makes all of your Zerg stronger. If he doesn't kill it, I'm going to give it Reborn, so that all of my Zerg... Oh, he killed it. Well, that's fine. But, I mean, then already, now I have two Zerglings for 1 cost, and that's if I do nothing else. And there's so much synergy on this. And I'm really hoping that this starts going off the rails. He's doing a nice kind of slow deck, so I have some time, but also that means that there's some crazy stuff coming. Oh yeah, that's a great one too. But so let's go ahead and pop this guy and see if I play my favorite. Ah, no. Death Metal Knight. We can do this one. And we're going to do this one. And we're going to get me another corpse. Oh, yeah. Yeah, another corpse. Why not? I need a lot. And there we go. Like the Zergling, the hand buff with Zerglings. That combo alone is so good. It's just, yeah. We'll see. But then there are also things to give your Zerglings rush. There's other synergy with Zerg. This guy's getting the quiet hand buffs, that Hive Queen. Of course, Kerrigan really benefits from all that too. Like whoa, hello. You wanted that dead. And I don't know the meta at all. I am constantly surprised. I don't know half the cards. I don't know what to expect here. I'm also at low competitive tier, so I'm going to go and do you. And then we're going to do you. And I'm going to spend a bunch of my corpses to give this reborn, so then make sure it comes back. And then, why not? Give him some more to think about. And you can see how quickly it gets a little bit off the rails. I've got hand-buffed Zerglings, hand-buffed Queen that's giving me free Zerg every turn, and it's reborn. Yeah, it's pretty good. And then this too, the Death Knight spells, you've already seen some of them be really strong, but there's one that I have 2 copies up in the deck that I keep searching for whenever I discover, because it's so good. And you already want your cards to die anyway, so this is a natural choice. You're copying your spells, you're getting free minions, you're making more minions. It's such good synergy, and it is just such a natural fit. It feels like a more natural fit than any of the other stuff in this. And that card is my absolute nemesis. I need that to die. Okay. Let's see. We'll do that. And we'll do that. And, man, okay, we used all our mana. Went pretty well. I'm going to get another free Zerg here. And so this is my temporary Zerg. It'll go back to a larva and continue swapping around throughout. And that's really good because I had my other one in the deck eaten. So, ooh, okay. Eldar Brute? Eridar. Of course, it's Eridar. It wouldn't be Warhammer themed, it'd be Warcraft themed. What am I talking about? Oh, yeah. Oh my god. Okay, so let's see what we can do here. So we do this guy. It's my cheapest Zerg. And then we give that guy Reborn. So that twice he's going to go ahead and refresh the... Then we do that. We do that. Okay. All right. Well, we'll play that again because that was a shortish one. But there again was another way to give them Reborn. Like, these abilities are so good if you stack them with Reborn. I have not lost a single game with this deck. In ladder play, obviously not highly ranked, but in ladder play and against Shinto Bean, this deck was undefeated. And I've refined it a little bit, but it is bonkers. It's one of the best Hearthstone decks I've ever built. And I mentioned earlier that I did play enough to go ahead and get to Legend once. When I did that, it was with the launch of Death Knight. So the on-launch, not Death Knight, it was the on-launch Demon Hunter. And if you were playing it all during that time, you know that the first season where Demon Hunter was launched, it was completely busted. And so it was kind of easy mode, but still, I grounded it. I was proud enough to do it. Yeah. I love this hand, but I can't keep all 3 of these. This card, Blood Tap, if you're just casting Blood Tap all game with your Zerg in hand, that's the goal with Death Knight. Just Blood Tap, Blood Tap, Blood Tap, Blood Tap. So you spend corpses to amp up your Blood Tap. You get your Hematurge to go ahead and keep playing your Blood Tap. Like, it's pretty great. Now, this was an atrocious draw because I don't have any of the base cards I need. But even then, this is why this deck is so good, because all of these factions are very draw dependent. But with Death Knight, I've got my Mining Casualties. I've got my Ghoul. I can just ramp up my Corpse Battery before I get any Zerg in my hand. So I still am doing stuff and building up for later combos, even if other decks and factions would be scrambling a bit. So like now I've charged up my Hematurge. Great. Oh, there it is. And that was probably a mistake, but we're going to ahead and do it just to have that on the board. Oh yeah, and those just died anyway. So I got me 4 corpses. Read 'em and wait. There's Blood Tap. Nice. I'm going to get another Blood Tap. Another Blood Tap. And now I just need any other Zerg minion. Yeah, I've got 2. Why not? We got to do stuff. So I need any other Zerg minion in my hand to really go off the rails. There's also so much in here to do healing and... yeah, so much in here to do just general healing that it's got a lot of the sustain you need to keep up and come back from weaker games. And I wanted to note a keyword about this. This is an expensive card you don't usually play, but it does automatically give all your other Zerg on the board Reborn. And if you've got double boosted Banelings with Reborn, they'll nuke a board and then you'll still have Banelings on the table. So I'm going to waste this because I need to play him to get my double Baneling. And then it's going to get silly real fast. And give him Reborn too. Wow, that's bad. Okay, I may be about to lose this. But we'll see, because I have the super combo in my hand. Because you can play this without a corpse, and it's still good. But if you have 2 corpses, it's better. And we'll see what we can do here. I can still kill that. And it's early enough in the game that even 1-cost minions are still pretty expensive. But he's got a lot. That next turn is going to really suck. So I need to... Oh god. Oh god. Okay. What is this? Oh god. Okay, I need to throw that into my rogue deck. Okay, so he's going to go ahead and give me a corpse. So now I've got a charged up blood tap. So I'm going to do this. So now I have 3/3 Banelings. I'm going to do it again. Oh, that was a mistake, but okay. I'm going to do that and that.
Job's done.
That'll give me a little time to figure out what's happening next. And I mentioned this was an atrocious draw, so I have to really kind of figure out what's going on here. And it wasn't just that I got cards I didn't want. I got duplicates of cards I didn't want in my last couple draws. So that was a mess. I think he underestimated the damage that was going to do.
You defile the dead.
Ooh, interesting. I gotta get me that one. Except that's... Yeah, okay. That's a good one. Whoa! Blood for the Lich King. Okay. So in the corpses. That. And that. But then he's probably got me now, unless I can kill one of these big ones. I don't think so. Okay. Giving him the free Wishing Well, and then him having the second Wishing Well was me getting an awful draw and him getting a really good draw. So I'm going to lose this one. The whole board full of 8s. Oh, he just wants to see it. Okay. Alright. Recognizing the draw despair, but still, I mean, it can almost certainly deal me 5 damage.
The pleasure is mine.
Okay, now does he have lethal? Because if he doesn't have lethal, there's a chance I could draw my heal 10 card right now and actually, like, pull this out. What do you got? Alright, Rogue. Doing a little... Getting ready. Doing a little shimmy. Okay. I don't know that I deserve that. Oh, that is nice. He still almost certainly has a way to deal me 8 health. So I'm on a razor's edge here. That's totally Zerg, right? It's red. Oh no. Oh god. Wow. But I'm still not dead. So you're saying there's a chance? No, there's not. Okay. Okay, so I have another Zerg, so I get a duplicate of it. Oh no, okay, so I get a copy of this one. I think if I did that,
And now yours.
I don't have 3 corpses.
Do you see what must
Ooh,
be
whoops.
done?
Oh, but that did give all my Zerg cards reborn. Yeah, that's it. Got me.
You serve well.
Thank you is okay. But yeah, this I do want to play one more. So if you're still with me, you watch or play one more. Also, kind of bonus at the end here. Oh my, Yogg-Saron. I love Yogg-Saron. When Yogg-Saron was a minion, I had so much fun with that. It was about 60-40 win-loss, which is better than I would expect for that complete randomness craziness. Yeah, I mean, that's good. I'm glad I got a loss of that because it would have been weird if not. I don't know what this bar is. There's too much stuff going on. Still can't lose stars. Okay, so I'm going to play one more just to kind of see it and see if I can get a better draw, and then see if I can learn any lessons about this. I did want to comment the Hearthstone, the Here's the Storm stream that we did, super fun. It was a bummer being the only player on our team that didn't make the score screen because the opposing Karazim scored well enough to kick me off it. Yeah, Shinto Bean earned that MVP hard. I think he had the highest number in every single category, and by a good clip too. So that was really impressive. But yeah, also the stream was really choppy. The audio was bad. I think 17 people saw it and 1 person liked it. If you did see it, I would love to hear your feedback. I mean, obviously, I'll either not do that or do better next time. Holy crap, that was a good draw. Okay. But yeah, so I appreciate those of you who watched it. I've made it private. I have it linked. If you really, 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 really want to see it, I can give you a link. It was some fun Nazebo play, but it's choppy, it's grainy, it's ugly. It's not what I had hoped to do with that. So, and then we've already got some really interesting mechanics right here. So this is you get a Zergling, which is you add it to your hand. So exactly like the Zergling I have in there now. And then once I do it twice, so it takes about 3 turns to do it. In that turn, all of my Zerg get rush. So I can do it right now. And then I can play this to get a zombie. Get me a corpse. And then once I have 2 corpses, then I can start chainsawing this. Like getting really crazy here.
My blood boils for war.
Ooh. Now Forge, I still don't understand the mechanic. I just, oh my god, I have 3 Zerglings in my hand. And I need 2 corpses to get that. Let's do this first. Yes, you do. Do want to go ahead and start killing that. I'll go ahead and do it. Whoop. Oh shit.
Job's done.
Oh my. Okay. So they just drew 2 weapons and 2 creatures. But I'm about to flood the board with Zerglings. And next turn this is going to unlock, so they will all get rush. It is rush, not charge, so you can't go straight to face, but still it's pretty darn good. And it's once I have the location in play, it doesn't cost anything to do it. That's a really cool thing about it. You like tap that to do the other stuff. It feels very much like functional artifacts in Magic. Dun 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 dun. Okay. So I have 4 mana, no corpses. I'm gonna do the thing. Let's just make a mess. You, we got you. And then we can do this. Okay. Ow. Oh, all minions. Gross. Okay. Well, that didn't go well. But the thing is, I just did that, and I still have 2 Zerglings in my hand, one of which is buffed, and I have 4 corpses charged up. It's good.
Guess who?
So we're getting the very mechanically interesting games, but it's still, yeah. So anyway, I'm going to finish out this game, then I'll call the video. I didn't want it to get too long. If you've gotten this far, I appreciate you watching. I had a lot of fun with this. Was really sad that we didn't get a better video recording together. So we'll probably try to do something else again down the road, whether it's this or something else. But yeah, hopefully you enjoy it. And watch me lose horribly after saying how good this deck is so many times. I don't know what these secrets are. That's a hunter. Those are hunter secrets.
My blood for the Lich King.
Oh wow, that was terrible. Okay. Oh man, it's that thing again. All right, and then we're gonna play the crappy Zergling, just so that we can charge up our Banelings.
My hand is full.
Oh. Got a lot of stuff going on there. I'm concerned about that, especially with the amount of face damage that Hunter has. And this is a very heavy secret Hunter. What are the odds that that's the same secret again? Pretty slim. That's so many secrets. So when I attack him, there's definitely going to be some splash damage across the entire board. That's going to happen. We know that. Oh, and taunt. Great. Oh, hi, Misha. I don't know how many people actually played the, like, narrative. Oh, yeah.
And now yours.
Oh. Still good. He's pretty good. Oh, wow. Okay. We're going to turtle. So we're going to get ourselves 10 health and draw a Zerg card. And then I still have 4. Nice. Oh, that's good. Okay. That is going to be fun. Next turn. And I gave myself a bunch of license there. I mentioned that healing, having something that does 10 healing plus card draw is really good. And you've got so many creatures dying that you're very likely to have the corpses to spare. And then still be able to get more corpses. What is this going to do? Oh, so he's doing this. I should have killed him. Yeah, okay. Deck thinning. But that does mean there are going to be a lot fewer secrets later. Boy, so many bananas. Okay. And it's a beast deck. Ooh, ouch. That hurt. So that probably would have been lethal, though, if I hadn't done what I did. Okay. So let's get crazy. So we're going to play our 6/6 Baneling. And then we have the 4, so I have 2 more mana to play with. I'm going to go ahead and do this. No, I'm going to do this. Yeah, okay. There we go. I'm going to do it, and we're going to do this. And that's a huge gamble. We'll see what else is in there. Oh, good. Boom. Boom. So we got 2 corpses. Oh. What? Okay. I guess that would have attacked if these 2 hadn't killed that. But now you're looking at a board wipe. Got to deal with that before it wipes his entire board and then comes back and also does. But he may have lethal, and I hope not. But that plus 5 plus hero power plus whatever in hand. Oh, I needed some taunt. Oh, don't do it. I think I have a strong chance of turning this around next turn, but I got to get there. Oh, Leroyd. What a way to go. Okay, all right. You know what? Okay, if you're still watching this, you're probably having enough fun that we should do one more. That's just too good. That's one of the funny things about this is, like, I don't think I'm going to continue playing Hearthstone a lot, but this little interlude of playing Hearthstone has been so much fun. and has actually been bringing up the absolute best parts of my experience playing Hearthstone, which it's been around for a long time. It's an old game, and I have played it off and on for a really, really long time. To be reminded of all the highlights is both different than typical, and then also really fun. So, yeah, I'm having a good time. We will stop soon. Probably want a little variety here, but I'm tempted to keep that. Definitely keeping one, because that's one of the best opening cards I could do. These two in combo, that's good stuff. And that one too. So here, if I don't have the cards I need and I'm falling behind, you can see me just gain 10 health and then draw a card. Of course, I need the 5 corpses, but usually I usually have that fairly comfortably. Well, that's fun. I don't know if I've ever played this one. Oh, if this guy lags out, that's going to be a bummer.
I grant you permission to speak. I move quickly.
It's not how I want to win, folks. Not how I want to win. Okay, I was too happy. I jinxed it. I was having too much fun.
These could belong to a brand
Okay, hopefully slow connection. Hopefully not doing the thing. I wonder if he can kill that. Let's start with that and see what happens. That's a gutsy play. I expect that it's probably going to die quickly. It should. You got to kill this thing fast. But if he doesn't have a way to deal with it right now at the 2 mana step, could do some real good pumping. And I really enjoyed this combination with this because this is my corpse battery. It can't actually take the buffs from this, so it's going to go to something useful. I'd prefer it not be this guy, but
Greetings, traveler. Most intriguing.
nice. So there's my Zerglings getting bumped. Bumpity, 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 bump. It's a bunch of hunters. Ooh, that's one of the Zerg cards, or one of the ones that I use in a Zerg deck. Zerg Hunter is fun. They've got the... I forget what it is. It's the... Oh, God, what is it?
To battle!
2 corpses. We'll go ahead and trigger a thingamabob. Ooh, that's nice. Whoa. That's real good. Gonna be a while before I can play it. Oh boy. And having only, well, I guess that's in my hand. But yeah, this is gonna be scary very quickly. Dun 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 dun. And this does... Yeah, this one feels really appropriate for Zerg? Uh-oh.
Greetings, traveler. You serve well.
Yes, we do this. And then we do this. Do this. Oh, it's only 3 corpses. I keep thinking it's 5. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do that. Gain a bunch of health. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. A little Nidus worm. Oh man.
Astounding. You are prepared for the
Oh,
war.
nope, don't do it. Don't do it. Oh wow, that's pretty good. Oh man, and how are these buffed? Bird in the hand. Okay, I don't. Yeah, these are not good in a Zerg deck because you don't freely have that kind of hand buff in there unless you spend a lot of resources on it. All right. Let's see.
Greetings, traveler.
Okay. Oh, that's nice.
And now yours!
Oh, good, I do still have this. Okay, so my Banelings are still getting hand buffed. With this hand, if I pull my Blood Spell soon, good times. Especially with that one. Yeah. There it is. And there it is. Yeah, we'll drop you out here. Drop you out here. And I did that to give my Baneling Reborn. Now, he's still got a lot of health on the board, and he's a hunter, so could have a lot of kill spells. Okay, that took a lot of that health away. He doesn't want to kill my Baneling. Yep, well. And it's still a 2-2. That's awesome because of the Infestor. I actually, not having the Infestor, oh god. Oh god. Russian Divine Shield, so he doesn't take any damage, but still, he did take some damage, yeah. Okay, we're gonna go do this. Draw those cheaper Zerg cards. Oh man. Free Zerglings! Go ahead and do that. Give me a Zergling. Make him vulnerable. Yeah, we'll wait on that. Astounding! I know, here's the thing, is that next turn, or whenever this unlocks, I don't think it's going to be next turn, it's going to be one more. I will be able to give all of these Rush when they come out, which is going to be... solves one of the major weaknesses of these Zerg cards, and I'm just watching this, because this is a close game I might actually win, but... I'm glad he doesn't have Wind Fury. I guess if he'd gone that route, I think it would have killed him. Ouch. Okay. So this is not on. Let's see. So now I've got a free blood tap. I need to kill both of those, and I think I can. So this will do 8. Yeah, okay, we got it. And then hopefully he... Oh, no! Okay. I should have reversed that order. I should have reversed that. Okay. Go ahead and do that. And then hopefully can't hit me for 9 beyond what that guy can do, or buff it another 9. Okay. Alright, I feel better about that. Wait, what? No! At least they don't get their battle cries triggered, and they're random, but still, yikes. Alright. Oof. Oof. But I'm going to wipe that board next turn. Like, really aggressively wipe that board. Or I'm just going to wipe it right now. And then we did all the things. Nice. Okay. That was what just happened. Okay. Nice. Out of mana. I'm about to run out of resources too, though. Okay, so we're going to get the Zergling. And that gives all my cards Rush. Do this guy. And I'm going to give my Baneling Lifesteal and Reborn. And then you're going away. And then we'll charge up a corpse, because why not? Now that's a hard board to deal with. And I'm at 37 health, so that is the breathing room I needed. We'll see if it's enough. That was some crazy stuff that rolled out of that deck already, but I feel like there's more in there. And that's one of the things too, is like the StarCraft decks feel very pure. They're very like standard creature decks that do some weird stuff, but are still like at their core creature decks. Compared to the really nuts stuff that you get in ladder Hearthstone, I don't know that it can always hang, but it's still worth it to try. And some of them they're strong enough that I think they're some of the better creature decks out there. Oh, there it is. Oh no. Oh good. Okay, well at least it was that one, because it could have been a much worse demon. But also all of those are dead if this thing dies. Interesting. I'm not sure he remembered what that does. And then it's still a 3-3. Yeah, I think that last move was a mistake. Otherwise, I think that would have been a lot closer. So anyway, there we go. That is 5 games with the StarCraft sets, just for a bonus. I'm gonna play one more with a Terran deck because the Warrior one is not bad, and I don't think I got a great showing of the Terran. I would love to actually play Raynor. I know I didn't play Artanis, but yeah, well, Starship. I'd love to play Raynor, especially in a heavy Starship deck, and this one is my most Starshipy Starship deck. This is a little bit different. I think I took out one of the potential maximum StarCraft cards in this one. I apologize, I broke the theme, but yeah, that's where we are. All right. Yeah, a lot of this is about extra armor generation, and this card is freaking bonkers. This in combination with these, yeah, I'm going to be keeping those. Like, holy cow. And then I build up enough of an armor wall to keep myself alive so that I can start building my starships, building scary, intense starships. And Warrior has a lot of shared Terran cards, and I forget what the unique ones are. Now for Zerg, I gotta say, Warlock has... Ooh, hello. Wild shuffles back in. Okay. For Zerg, Warlock has the Ultralisk Den, which is one of those locations with 3 hit points. And every time you trigger it, does 1 damage to all enemies, which is great by itself. But then it's Death Rattle, so once you've triggered that 3 times, and it takes a long time to do that, once you've triggered it 3 times, it summons an 8/8 Ultralisk with, I believe, Charge, which is nuts by itself. Yeah, this is one of the off-theme ones, but it looks like a Murloc in a spacesuit, so it goes with Grunty. But yeah, so... And there is also the Devourer card, which is a spell that will remove a durability from a location, which is a great counterspell. But then also it gives you a bunch of health. So it's a way to summon your Ultralisk earlier, and there he is. There you are, Jim. Playing super aggressive here. We may not even get our spaceship out. Especially, like, the board control with that is nice. So I just recently changed this out. This guy's new in here. I should have waited until I was building a starship, but it's all right. Oh, yike. Yikes. Dragon Druid. Okay, so the mid-game, with you still got 5 mana, so the mid-game is going to be really nasty here. I'm going to go ahead and do this. Go ahead and get that starship piece. Hope it kills the big one. It did not. It's all right. Keep on the aggression. And that's the crazy thing. Relaunch every starship launch. So that's all the ability add-ons, everything. And wow, that is cool. I didn't realize it was a changeling. Oh man. Ah, yep. Had to kill it eventually. I was raking in that armor. Let's see, so I've got 2, and let's see, I'll do that.
Engine screaming.
Oh, nice. Oh, nice.
Engine screaming.
And this is where we can start getting pretty silly. Yeah, so if these both die, it's going to increase the stats of my starship twice. And then it's also going to make it do 5 damage to a random enemy as many times as these are dead. Ouch, he's gonna go straight face, isn't he? Ugh. Doesn't want to let me get that starship off. There. I am going to go ahead and do this.
Hear you make some noise!
In the rear with the gear.
I'm gonna enjoy this. I'm gonna enjoy this.
Let's go ahead and give ourselves a starship. And I don't have enough to cast it yet, but I will. Yeah, and so that's going to automatically kill a minion and then deal 10 damage or 5 damage to 2 different targets. Yeah, and that can be face if I clear all the minions. The order's unfortunate. I should have done that the other way, because it is a bummer having that be... Oh, man. All right. So I should save that for when there's a lot of minions on the board. Oh, there it is. Oh, there it is. The Thor. That's the unique warrior one. We're going to do this. We'll wait on Jimmy. Do that. It's more armor, because that gives us extra with her, too. And then we're going to launch this, because we got stuff that gives me additional launches. Or Rainer's better the more launches I've done. Oh, there it is, face. And I missed the kill a random enemy minion, but that's okay. Repeat for each starship you've launched this game. So if I launch another one, so if this dies and I get another one, ooh. I think that this was pretty one-sided. I don't think the Druid's deck really went off the way they hope it does. I've also been kind of clearing stuff pretty aggressively off the board. We'll see, though. He still has a chance. He's still got 21 health. I only have almost lethal. Man, yeah, that's a big death rattle. Yeah, I think it just gives me extra armor.
Stay alert, my children.
Ooh. Refresh 4 mana crystals. Dang! Okay, that'll help him. I don't have anything anywhere near enough to kill that. Or do I?
Shiny's only good for smashing.
Ow! Wow, that's really good. Oh, there's both my Thors. Yep. No, we're not going to do that yet. We can do that. And it's funny, you get to pick one target and then each one is random. Oh, so you get to target the first one and then it's random after that. Okay. I missed, it's weirdly written. So you do 5 damage and then it does a bunch of extra damage. But yeah, now you can see kind of Terran being Terran. Ooh, oh god. What the? What the? Okay, alright. Needed to do that. The lifesteal is very helpful there. And I'm mucking around here. I kind of want to see this, because I could always play,
Not a valid target.
could always do the other Thor, which is going to be even scarier. No, we're not going to do that yet. Crazy.
What? You run out of marine?
Oh no.
You run out of marine?
Oh my god, that's so much lifesteal. Okay, alright. I see you, Turtle. It's a turtle mirror match. This is going to take forever. But, I mean, it's still, you're getting to see Terran go off the hook. I mean, you did see a win with Protoss. Okay, so we're good. We will call it after this. This is going to be the last game. I hope I win. We'll see. I will definitely play Raynor. Wow. Yeah, Titans are new. I don't remember seeing those in the game, and they're probably really freaking old, but I haven't played in a while. But yeah, this is another example of like really great artwork. I love this. It's so thematic and so very much StarCraft, but Hearthstone style. Like the mashup of the art styles is perfect. They really nailed that. And ouch. This guy feels pretty good now. And then I'm gonna Raynor him. Bop, 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 bop. Launch my big starship. None of them have rush, so hopefully it doesn't have a board clear. But that felt pretty good. That's the first time I've actually fully prepped for it and played a Jim Raynor. Oh god! After this, uses an ability, cast 2 random spells. Oh god. Oh god. Okay. Alright. Wow. I'm not really sure I followed what just happened, but that's right. So now I've actually launched 4 starships, but that doesn't charge up the Thor. Alright. An important thing to note is Raynor's ability triggers on every single Terran. So if you have any Terrans on the board, you want to use this before they start dying. Which I have misused many times, so that's why I'm saying it. Let's see. Ooh, gnarly. Okay. He's gonna start killing stuff. I think he understands Raynor's ability. I assume that was just defensive. Okay, so we're gonna do Thor. Gonna hit Yogg. And then it's gonna randomly do it twice. And then we're gonna do our Buffy buff. Boom. So we're gonna do you. Do you. Oof, man. He got his health back, so this is just gonna be an absolute turtle fest. I may run out of steam here. We'll see. He's got 7 cards in his deck. I've got 11, but he's got a lot more in hand. And big stuff, too. I don't have really big stuff in here. That is one of the funny things. These are big and somewhat big small decks. That doesn't make any sense. They're big decks that don't have a way to add more cards to them. That is the Terran ones. Ooh, yucks. Okay. Wow, he lived. Look at you, Thor. Needs more starship pieces. Okay.
Engines reporting in.
Oh boy. This is a weird one. I don't understand the crewman mate mechanic. It says summon every adjoining crewmate. I don't know what crewmates are. Oh, it's in the name. Oh, okay. I assume that's the ones next to them in your hand, so they are better if you have more of them in your hand.
Time waits for no one.
Oh boy. Okay. So we're going to play this. I'm not building a starship right now. I'm considering doing this to wipe that before I play this. Okay. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and do it. And we're going to stem.
You want a piece of me, boy? Bring it.
And then we're going to go face. Just to see. Now we got hard choices to make. It's interesting. There's Life Steal. I would be curious to see a slightly different ability where it heals you for the damage it takes. So it has a ton of hit points, low damage, and only steals. Yeah. So it heals for every damage it takes. Yeah.
Relaxation for all.
Uh-oh.
Thanks to me.
Yeah.
Time waits for no one.
Oh god. No, really? Okay. Yeah, there's some really crazy powerful stuff out there, especially if you're on a Highlander deck, and since I'm running completely duplicates. Oof, man. Alright. And the super board wipe power of the Banelings is really what makes the Death Knights so good. So I don't know if the other factions can hold up to that.
You want a piece of me, boy?
Nice.
Operation.
Yeah, we're gonna go and do it. Maybe take out one of the 7/7s. 50-50 shot. No, that's a bummer. Okay. Still, that's a battle cruiser that's going to get the attack buffs from Raynor, which is good. And I'm still not that far away from lethal. I got to figure out a way to hit him. Ooh, the waiting. Oh wow, that's I don't know that I've seen that where it goes up to. Oh wow, all right, where it goes up above 10. That's crazy. This is a whole new world, guys. I don't know what's going on anymore. I don't know that Whirlwind is as good as it used to be. Now he's not healing,
Time waits for no
not
one.
playing taunt. I wonder if I can go straight to face and actually take him out. We'll have to see. Oh look, taunt. Taunt, lifesteal, and rush? Yuck. Okay, alright. Well. If it survives.
You want a piece of me, boy?
Lights out.
I feel like Raynor should count for that attack bonus. So there's Big Druid, huh? I wonder how I can adapt that to my Protoss deck. It would be kind of fun to really tailor it up for Big Druid and include just some of the Protoss cards in there. Now that I've really gone ham on the theme, I will be looking at the decks a little bit moving forward, but yeah, we'll see how long I keep it up. But, yeah, been a good time. Ooh. Ooh. That's a Battlegrounds thing. That's nuts.
Time waits for no one.
Oh man, so much lifesteal. The amount of taunt and lifesteal on this thing is crazy. I had him close to dead multiple times. But I'm missing things like I don't have a solid board wipe. I need something that really truly wipes the board. Which Warrior has. I need brawls in here. I should swap the Whirlwinds for brawls, even if they're more expensive. Pretty sure he's got me. It's funny, those it is the artwork for the Marine. They look so like svelte, man. I mean, it looks like really cool and extra cool. The proportions aren't quite as cartoonish as they are in actual StarCraft, which it looks different. It's cool. And ow! Oh god, I got hit by the anvil. Oh man. Anyway, that was that. It's been fun. Hopefully you all enjoyed this. I really want to do some content on this, and Shinto Bean and I will do a collaboration at some point soon. So anyway, cheers to y'all out there. Hopefully this was fun. Until next time.